can't catch me on the run, cause I'm gone, yeah. I blaze trails, set fire to what's behind me. No, I'm never looking back, I'm on the run. I could only ever be what I'm made to be. It feels good when I'm living on the edge. Watch me now, go like thunder, gonna shake the ground. Can't stop me now, I don't give up and I won't back down. I'm a force of nature, can't be contained. I got a lightning running all through my veins. Watch me now, watch me now.
Hi, I'm Wyatt Milam. I'm from Canova, West Virginia. When I'm back home, you'll find me at my local Par-Mar store.
We have that gold and blue pride at your local Par-Mar store. We are coming to your neighborhood soon. West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Maryland, we have you covered. Download the Par-Mar app and sign up for the Par-Mar Rewards Card. Food, gas, groceries, and more, we are gold and blue proud, and we are Par-Mar stores.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
Oh, yeah. Hello and welcome to the WolfMan's Call this fine Wednesday. Hope you're doing good on this Wednesday because we got a wild Wednesday. We got a Riley Wednesday, and that's David Duck Riley going to be coming on soon. And then, of course, we're going to have some fun. Going to break down a little bit of Nico Marchio. We've been breaking down Garrett Green the past couple of days, and then Garrett goes ahead and gets hurt in the Oklahoma State game, so he has a little bit of a series. And then the rest will be Nico, and we're just breaking it down and trying to help them get better and show you what their strengths are and what they need to get better for this season. All behind them, all willing. Hey, it's a great competition. Can't wait for this summer camp, and they're going to get it kicked on. But talking about great competition, summer camp, every repetition, you see it right there. Penn State, man, Happy Valley. I know David Duck Riley, he knows what it's like to go up there to Happy Valley. It's not so happy, man, when you have to overcome all of the obstacles. So this team, Mountaineers, get yourselves ready. Every repetition counts. And you know what else? We also have David Duck Riley's grandson is Sean Martin, and he's going to have to go up there, and we're going to talk to the Duckster over here and find out exactly what he's telling his grandson and how to get ready, how to prepare. But before we go ahead and do that, we got to, of course, do what? We got to go and check out the WolfMan's Call Network. Yep, right there, man, because, you know, we've had some great additions this week, and you just can't beat it. And I put that up there. And right here, look at that. That is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And let's just show it right there. All right, the WolfMan's Call Network. Archies, East Carson Street, Pittsburgh. Yes, we love it. Mike Manning up there. Brickside Bar and Grill. Rob Davis Eat Local. 30 on tap. Jimbo's Place. We got two of them. We got it in Elkins and Buchanan, and of course, Kegler Sports Bar, right? Jerry the Wren's, home of the Mountaineers in Morgantown. Legend Sports Bar in Morgantown. Up there in Lakeview. Hit those clubs, man, on that green. It's awesome. Then you go up to Fairmont, right? You got the Mason Jar, barbecue, and more. Woo! Unbutton those britches, man. And back to Morgantown for Mel out there. Say hello to Melissa out there at the Tap House. Boy, they got some fine drafts on there. And the Mason Jar Saloon back in Morgantown as well. And a hot spot. And that's Steve Reese. That's just like the Mason Jar barbecue and more. It's awesome. Teays Valley, right? The Pallet. Tip your servers. And we've got Route 22 Sports Bar, Weirton, West Virginia. 1250-inch TVs. It is unbelievable. And the newest addition today, we got Cantrell's River City Grill, Hinton, West Virginia, right on the river. Wow, the WolfMan's Call Network is growing. You gotta love it. At least I do. I sure do love to eat at those fine establishments right there. And the other thing I want to go ahead and take care of before we bring on Mr. Duck, of course, is the Deuce McBride. Where is it going to be? It's going to be at Kegler's this Saturday. The Dale Sparks Collection. Again, you got to love it. Why? Because it's the Deuce. He's coming back, man. He's coming back to support West Virginia to say, hey, I care about you. I care about where I played. Even though I left early to go to the New York Knicks, even though I'm doing good, he's back here in Morgantown. Dale Sparks Collection over at Kegler's Clubhouse, right there on the parking lot level, because there's 3 of them at Kegler's. Just go to the parking lot level. You see Dougie there at 5:30 to 7, 5:30 to 7 to Clubhouse Saturday, July 29th. Deuce McBride, get those autographs now because they're going to be worth a lot more by the time he gets done with his career. All right. I hope I did the Deuce man right there. And we're talking about Mountaineers. We got a standout Mountaineer coming on here right now. And I have to go ahead and put this up because if I don't, I will go ahead and miss something that is so important. And I don't want to do that. So let's jack it up here and talk about this because David Duck Riley, standout fullback, running back at WVU. He's 74 to 75, but I think he's a freshman, so he couldn't play as a freshman, 75 to 77. Drafted by the Saints after college. Won 2 championships in the USFL with Philly Baltimore Stars. New Jersey Coach of the Year twice in 93 and 95. Inducted into the New Jersey and West Virginia Sports Hall of Fame. Man, 2 states? All right, that's cool. NFL intern for the Lions, Saints, Panthers, and Cardinals. And he is the co-founder of the Unsigned Senior Showcase. Really appreciate that as a former junior college coach that I am, getting those kids signed up there. And currently he's the director, speaker, acquisition of the Frank Glazier Clinics. My goodness. Well, everybody, please welcome David Duck Riley. What's up, Duck? How you doing, buddy?
Thank you, Wolf. I really appreciate you having me on, man.
Oh, are you kidding me? With all that experience that you have and involvement and all the things that you do to help football players throughout, whether it be coaching, whether it be helping the coaches and the Glazier clinics that are across the United States now, that's a huge job. And you're the director. You got an acquisition, all of those, even though you did try to acquisition me. And I let you down, and I lost my glory chance. But it's okay. We're gonna go ahead and we'll try again one day. But anyways, how you doing today, brother?
I'm doing very well, man. I can't complain. I feel that I'm blessed to be able to be here and talk to you.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel blessed to talk to you, and I have to tell you, man, you look good for being a grandpa of Sean. You look good, man. Strong boy.
Hey, look, make sure you tell my grandson that. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely will, man. And speaking of which, what's he doing right now?
Well, right now, Sean Martin, he's working out with the team. He stayed up there this summer, and to me, that's the only way you're gonna get that camaraderie going and continue to work out, get bigger and stronger.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I tell you what, he's such a fine young man. Like, you really could not have a better role model for a grandson and a better role model for the future players that want to be Mountaineers, future kids that just want to emulate who Sean Martin is because he's full of class, and that's got to start at the top.
Well, I would love to take all the credit, but it starts with Tori Martin, his mom. So, Granddad just take him, talk to him, and give him back. We don't have to do a lot.
Absolutely. Well, you know what I do love, though, is I've talked to you over the numerous couple of years, especially when I was still working at the university. And we talked, and that transfer portal just came out. And we've talked a couple times, and you're like, Wolf, don't worry about it. We don't do that in this family. We don't go to the transfer portal. And so far, you're correct.
Well, it's important. The main thing for Sean and his mother has emphasized this a lot with him too, is that the degree is the most important thing. You and I both know how long football lasts. Mm-hmm. So if he could get that degree, that's half the battle. So, and that's what we're shooting for. And I think he's coming. He should have his BS in December.
Wow, what is that? That would be less than 4 years. I mean, yeah. That's pretty impressive because it took me 5.
I, I can't even speak on that. But anyway, we got it. We both got it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, okay, let's go back. And your WVU, you came in, like I said, in 74. You're from, was it North Fork, West Virginia, right?
Yes, Norfolk, West Virginia. During the time you guys were coming up there, they had won 8 state basketball championships in a row.
Were you part of that?
Yes.
Okay, so you could hoop then too.
A little bit. we sent Russell Todd up to represent us.
Okay. All right then. So let's go. Okay, first, before we even get to your time in college, where did the name Duck come from?
It was just a nickname given to me when I was like in the 7th grade. Man, I don't know how the young man came up with it, but he just started saying it. And the more he said it, the more I didn't really like it. But you know how that go. Then other kids will start saying it and stuff sticks. And look, and that's one nickname I can't shake. So
I hear you there. It wasn't because your feet were out like that, was it?
No.
All right. You weren't duck-footed, so that's not how you got. All right. So, Doc, and that's how we all know you. And talking about for the old crew, and we've been talking about that Frank Fear with a band of brothers, those 66 to 70 guys. You came in and you were there. You were under Coach Bowden, right?
My first year, Coach Bowden and Coach Pendry recruited me out of Norfolk. And then, of course, Coach Bowden left after we won the Peach Bowl. So then I ended up playing my final years with Coach Cincinnati.
Absolutely. Well, what a fantastic man he was. Rest in peace, Coach. I love the man terrifically. And let's just say this. What were the vibes back then when you came to school? How was it? What was it? You won the Peach Bowl, so obviously 74, 75, you guys were successful. And what was the team atmosphere like?
I thought we had a great band of brothers. We probably weren't as talented as most teams, but we ended up playing well together. My last 2 years, my junior and senior year, we ended up going 5 and 6 both years when we could have went 6 and 5 easily and went to a bowl game. But I just, I enjoyed my college experience immensely. Everlasting friendships. It wasn't so much about the wins and losses. It was about getting education and developing lifelong friendships.
Yeah, and which you have, obviously, because of all the people that talk so highly of you. They're like, you got to get Duck on the show. I'm like, well, I'm going to. I'm absolutely going to. They're like, you got to do it. So, all right. And I'm so glad you can make it today. So your times, tell me about your career, because did you go to defense for a little bit?
Yes. My sophomore year, Greg Williams came in because my roommate was Roy Fields, who was the starting cornerback for West Virginia University. He decided one night that he had had enough for playing football. And it was odd because I'm a running, but I think Coach Williams set me up, Wolf.
Okay.
He put a running back and a D-back together in summer camp, fall camp, I mean. And so when he left, the very next night, Coach Williams came in and asked me would I consider moving to defensive back, because at the time I was backing up Artie Owens and Dwayne Woods. And he just felt that I had a better opportunity to kind of rotate in with Johnny Shell and Charles Braswell. And I made the move because it was all about the team, and that's where I thought that they needed me at that time.
Well, absolutely. And let's get Sean out of the way here now. Where you're at WVU, you've grown, you're an adult, you're out, you've gone through this whole NFL thing. I won't get to that in a little bit. But what are you telling Sean now when he's being recruited? And you're saying WVU, and you're saying loyalty, and you're saying what else?
Well, I didn't have to say a lot. He said to me, he said he wanted to continue the legacy. And I think it was a difficult decision, but I think it was an easy decision after he ended up coming up to West Virginia U, being around a number of the players. And I think Zach Frazier had a great influence on my grandson, because they hit it off right away, and they were roommates their freshman year together.
That's so important. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I don't want to cut you off.
No. I was just saying that, and it's important to establish that type of relationship, because I remember when I got here, Paul Lumley was the guy. Coach Boughton used to call us the Gold Dust Twins, because he was an outstanding young man from Butler, PA.
Yeah, what I think about that was Zach Frazier and with Sean. Those are the two biggest recruits of the class, and probably two of the biggest recruits of this Neil Brown tenure here, at least up there, and putting them together because they both actually have had to do that. And I think it's so important to go ahead and put those guys together so they can actually have success off of each other as well with influence.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, because I even talked to Zach, because Zach, went against Sean every day. Have the lineman versus O-line versus D-line. Because my thing was, I said, Sean, as a freshman, you need to pick the brain of the guys you're going against. I said, they probably ain't going to tell you everything, but they could tell you stuff that'll help you against the opposition. So he and plus Zach's work ethic is,
outstanding.
Yeah, without a doubt. And I told Sean, I said, hey, I would be his shadow every time he was in that weight room. I'd be right beside him, because I just think that could rub off on you.
There's no doubt about it. Doug, I'm thinking back, because I was always around the football, broadcasting and involved. And I remember the day Amanda Mazey came and interviewed Sean. It was his breakout year as a redshirt freshman. And he was breaking out, and he just had played a good game, first game of the year against Maryland, I believe. And he was there, and he was so bashful. And now I look at him, and he's like totally different for his assertiveness, his confidence. He's just grown so much in the 3 years that he's been here at WVU. So again, kudos to your family, kudos to Sean's mom, and kudos to Sean, because he's a strong character, young man.
Yeah, and Wolf, and it takes people like yourself that are around, that know sports, and he's like a sponge. He's ready to get in there, and he wants to learn as much as possible. And like we always talk, it's not what you do at practice; it's what you do after practice. The little things. That's what makes the difference.
That's what makes the great ones, right?
Yeah.
That really does. Okay, so let's go ahead. Before I move on, do you have any Bobby Bowden story? Because people love Bobby Bowden stories. Do you have anyone that sticks out to you?
When Bobby Bowden came to the house, after he left, recruiting was over.
He closed the deal, did he?
Wasn't even close, Wolf.
All right. Well, that's really cool to know. That is something, and that just goes to show you exactly how he was so great for so long, and why his players love him. I mean, his players just usually, most of them, I haven't heard too many say anything bad about Bobby Bowden. I'm sure there's somebody out there that wasn't happy he didn't start.
Well, you're not going to make everybody happy, but he was honest with you. Either you're going to play or not going to play. So, hey, I can't say anything bad about him. He just said, hey, if you come and compete and work hard at it, you have a shot. It's really up to you. How much do you want it?
Yep. Doug, I've really been talking on the show since I started almost 2 months ago now, that I really believe that West Virginia has to be, I'm talking football, has to be blue collar to have a lot of success. And what are your feelings about that? I think it's blue collar. I mean, obviously, Sean comes from Bluefield. He understands West Virginia. He understands coal mines. He understands the businesses and people and who they are. And do you feel like that West Virginia can have success without having that blue collar mentality?
No way. Because that's how that's how we grew up. Because my thing is, and Sean, and I'm sure it's passed down. When you come up, you got to remember when West Virginia and when you're there, they were recruiting other kids from other different states. So when I remember coming up and I'm looking at the depth chart, and they had 12 running backs. Guess who was number 12 on the depth chart? That blue collar kicked in. I definitely wasn't going to, shy away from the competition. And that's what I was telling Sean. We don't shy away. We don't jump in the transfer portal and run from competition. That's what we're made at West Virginia. That's what you're made of, competing.
You know what? Everybody I've asked that question. I was a former Mountaineer. Not former Mountaineer, former player, because we're all Mountaineers, as your shirt suggests right there. But every player says the same thing. You got to be blue collar. You got to have that nasty attitude. You got to have that work attitude. And with that, you also turn into, as you called it yourself, your band of brothers there, because you all bonded with that. And it's an experience that lasts a lifetime, even to this day that we still talk about, lifelong friends. So again, is all the things that you have experienced, I will say, is that I saw that Sean had an advantage, I think. In fact, probably of you telling him and what it's like and all that going down. But he actually really exemplifies all that. And again, and I'm going to leave it alone because he's got to have a big year this year. And I'm going to just go ahead and we'll laugh and talk about it after the great year that he's kicking some can. He's going to kick some can this year. I mean, he's getting like I saw that face. He had a growl on his face, man, and he's just getting meaner and meaner. And you put that athleticism to him. I mean, Duck, I know you're an athlete, but man, that young man's really athletic.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, and he's starting to learn how to use it. That's the key. And Coach Wolf, by you playing too, when that light bulb goes on, it's something else, man. I don't care who the opposition is. It's nothing they can do. And so I'm hoping that he continue to work hard, and then the game will slow down for him. And when it slows down, he should be able to turn it on.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, so let's go through your career really quick. You go ahead, you get drafted by the Saints, but you end up in the USFL, two-time USFL champ. And then you go ahead and after that, you coach. And like I said, 93, 95. You were a coach of the year in New Jersey, thus being in the New Jersey Hall of Fame. And you're also working interns with all these NFL teams. What did you learn through all this? Because, you really have quite a vast amount of experiences.
Well, what you take from all of that is you eventually have to apply it to the real world. Mm-hmm. And what you learn how to do, you learn how to be competitive. You learn how to you're able to deal with other people that may not have ever played athletics. You're able to talk about more than just sports, because usually when you play ball, they think your conversation is all about your sports and what you did. And it wasn't about that. By getting a great education from West Virginia, not only my BS and my master's, I was able to do a lot of stuff with different programs that would implement it in the school. So it made it made the transition for me wasn't probably as hard as maybe some of the other young men that didn't play or did play and didn't have a plan B or C. My thing was always have a plan.
Did you have a plan D? Because I think he may have had a plan D, knowing you.
I just want to be able to take care of my family, and the only way you can do that by supporting them is you got to be a people person, and that's what translated over into what I do with Unsigned Senior Showcase, and also with the Glazier Clinic. For me to be able to pick up the phone and say, "Hey, WolfMan, I need you. Can you speak at the Glazier Clinic?" You know, if I have no personality, you like, who's this calling me? You know, but it's able to speak the language and talk to you about, hey, this is what we can provide. Can you do this? And it's all about, most importantly, it's all about relationships. And you know, you try not to burn bridges. You always try to do the right thing. And I know I did, coming through college and even professionally, now into my everyday life. You know, you want to treat people like you want to be treated.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And speaking of that, so let's go ahead. And as I said, you worked with all these, at least four, I read 4 NFL teams in there and the way that they worked. Did you ever apply any of that to when you were coaching the high school, when you got the Hall of Fame? Was that kind of a correlation there?
You know, something I don't know it because I hadn't. You know, I got Coach of the Year. The first one was '93 when I went to Detroit and worked with the Lions, and you know, it was more in scouting than actually coaching. I wanted to learn every aspect of the professional ranks, you know, since I wasn't playing. But my claim to fame is I taught Barry Sanders everything he knows, Wolf, in case you were wondering. So,
I was. I watched him in the Sun Bowl tear us up. So I wondered who taught him that. I was after. Sorry. All right. There you go. I'll give you the claim. It's okay.
But I learned so much from the scouting department. You know, with Kevin Colbert and Larry Lee and Coach Hughes, and it was a great experience. And so what I took from that, you know, I tried to put it towards my coaching, even though I wasn't actually coaching on the field, but just taking some of that philosophy, how you look at players. And in my case, it was kids. How do I deal with the non-traditional learner, which is quote unquote the special ed kid that you have on the football team? And I'm hoping that not only did I learn from the Detroit Lions, I was able to share some of my perspective on how I dealt with some of the athletes that, again, that most people, when they take their Warlick test, you know, a lot of people score whatever, and just some of the suggestions of how to deal with certain kids, where in that case, certain young men.
Yeah, you know, I didn't have this question in my mind, but since this is just a conversation, it pops in my head. What did you learn when you're breaking down and looking at these guys that want to be in the NFL? What did you learn about what characteristics to really look for someone that you could think could be special enough to make in the NFL?
Well, basically you look for a guy that when you repeat plays, when you say that, well, if you're an example I always give, you're in front of me and the coach has to get on you about certain things that you're doing, that you should be doing, that you're not doing. And then I come up behind you and I do the same thing you did. So are we listening? Are we paying attention? Are you a visual learner? So it's a number of different things you learn, you look for in a character. You know, how does this kid compete? Okay, he makes a mistake. Does he pout, or does he get back after it?
Yeah.
You know, how is he a team player? Okay, a guy fumbles the football, he walks away. You know, instead of saying something to the guy, hey, hey, don't worry about it. We're gonna get it back. We're gonna make it happen. You know, it's a number of different things that they look for when they're evaluating these young men, and especially when they come back to college and ask someone like yourself and say, "How's this guy?"
Yeah.
And sometimes the kids that today don't get it. They could go to the janitor. You know, they come even far as back as when I was in high school as a coach. One of my players went to the pro. They come back and ask me. They asked the guidance counselor. That's what I'm saying about burning bridges. You got to treat people with respect, and especially if you want to get respect. So it's a number of things, like you said, it's a number of things that you learn. And when I with the Panthers, I was brought in to work with a running back because he was a special ed kid, and I had taught special ed in education, and they brought me in just to work with him. You'd be surprised how some of the non-traditional learners learn, and you have to, it's certain things that we had to work on with him. He ended up making the team.
No kidding.
So,
no, I think that's amazing, and I applaud him for it, because that's so difficult not to have more challenges and still
right.
able to overcome it. Again, that's fantastic. But I look at your whole spectrum, and that's what I'm so fascinated about, of what you've been through. And when you're going from high school to college to the NFL, and then you have a grandson that's got talent, and you're leading him in his ways, and working with special ed kids. There's just so much in there. Man, I tell you, we need longer than 45 minutes to talk about it. That's for sure. But I'm just going to keep this moving, though. And the fact that I want to talk about is going into the Glazier clinics. And if you could just briefly touch on what they are, because I think they're so important. My three sons want to coach. And they all want to be, and they actually, my oldest one already went to the Glazier clinic, the one in Pittsburgh, this past winter. And so I believe that was what it was. And so he went there. And again, how many clinics are there? How do you find them? The website, all that good stuff. Okay,
it's glazerclinics.com. There's right now, before COVID, we had 38. So I'm thinking we're probably back to maybe 25, 26. And what the Glazier Clinic try to do is educate youth and high school coaches. We invite youth coaches, high school coaches, college coaches, and pro coaches to speak to other coaches. We have 8 to 9 rooms going, and each room we might have the quarterback coach, a next one running back, linebacker, D-back, motivational speaker. So we try to, if you brought your staff, we try to provide enough of coaching material that that you can make sure that everybody didn't have to go to the same room. They could go to their specialty.
Right. Absolutely.
And what we do, and also if you can't make the clinic and you have a season pass, you can also go to that drive, and they have a number of coaches, pro, college, and high school coaches on there that will give you a plethora of information.
I can't believe they haven't asked me to be on that.
Well, you coming, Wolf? You come, Wolf? We got you. We got you.
Oh my goodness! All right, I appreciate that. And so the Glazier clinics are huge. They always have been for as far as back I can remember. And so if you're a young coach, you definitely want to hit. If you're a young head coach or even a head coach, and you got high school, you want your staff to learn. It's a fantastic place to bring your staff, and it's affordable as well.
Very affordable. Not only can you bring your high school staff, you can bring your middle school staff and your feeder program for maybe $3.99.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I agree with that. And the socials afterwards, I hear, are pretty good. So regardless, let's go talk about this, because what I really, really want to talk about is today's college. And you're someone that's talking to Sean, your grandson, and so you're saying real things to him about what he needs to think about and all the challenges, whether they be positive, which is NIL is good, and all the difficulties, transfer portal, all those things wrapped in, because he's got to be influenced by others now. I mean, just, he's got a great mom, he's got a great grandpa, but then you get going, you're on your own, you're living there, you're with your teammates, and they're like, whoa, man, look at over here, there's a pot of gold over here. And, and you got to be very careful.
Well, and it's very difficult, not only talking to my grandson, but, dealing with other young men and young ladies about school. The NIL is great. And for these young men, my thing is, I think they need to do something with it, because I think it's out of hand, Wolf. And I see Manchin and them are trying to do something about it. But right now, when we talk to him about it, it's not so much about the NIL and the transfer portal, because he already knows that the big picture is that degree. And of course, like anybody else, and you saying, we're talking to him on this end, but you got outside influence. But you got to be you have to have strong character. You got to be able to think for yourself. They can say what they want, but they're not in his shoes. So they could talk about what they see and what they like, and all this money is over here, and all money is not good money. So they could talk about all that want. We're not rich as far as a family, but we're comfortable. So Sean he shouldn't have to want for anything. So we don't have to rush into that. If he takes care of everything that he needs to do at West Virginia U, sky's the limit.
Well, I'll tell you, I couldn't agree with you more, and I love hearing it. We just need more of that. But my contention has always been this: as this whole thing started, I remember Mike Jacobs as our offensive coordinator. He was my centers and guards coach as well, and I developed a relationship so much with him that I trusted him to the day that he passed away with my life, my kid's life, all that. I would trust him with all of that, and if my contention is that if you can develop a relationship with your coach and know that he has your back, they can push you hard. The kids can still be pushed hard in today's game if they know that a coach really believes in them.
Oh, because they're very perceptive. They know if you're for them, just on the field or off the field and stuff like that. And I think Sean has a great relationship with his coaches. I know, especially with Coach Scott, who recruited him, and if it's an issue, he knows who to go to. But right now, the thing is, like you were saying, that relationship, and a lot of times that's what's happening with the recruiting. The kid comes because they end up having a great relationship with that coach. Mm-hmm. And it's nothing like it,
Yeah, you're so right, Duncan. And I guess I'm just going to leave you with this last question or two here, unless somebody else online here has a question. But the question I have for you is, let me put it this way. Okay, so they're ranked 14th by the media poll. We know the media poll. We're not worried about the media poll. Okay, but people get all huffy-puffy about it. But they're ranked 14th. What are you telling Sean about how to focus? Because he's got to be a leader this year now. He's got to lead at least by example, and that's by superior play, which I believe he's so capable and will do. But they got some tough challenges. Happy Valley being number one.
Yeah, and like you said, and you probably seen Sean more than that. I don't know how verbal Sean is. So my thing with Sean is you got to lead by example. You got to have disruption and production.
Disrupt and production. Did you make that up, or is that an old coin term?
Hey, as of right now, Wolf, I'm going to take credit for it. But yeah, it's been passed around. So,
all right.
But I talked to him about seeing the ranking. I said, first of all, you see that ranking, that speaks volume. Nobody has to motivate you. Nobody should have to motivate you. That's motivation enough. Being a blue collar worker, come on, Wolf. We ain't going for that.
Yep, there's no doubt about it. And you know what? Locker room material is always there. If you got any pride in yourself, if you got any competitiveness in yourself, it's always got to be there. I'm just hoping that these young guys can really relay off of Sean to see his leadership. And I tell you, he does it by example, and that's a truthful statement. And he does that, but he's always there. He's always solid. They know he's going to be there. That's what's always about him. And when you talk about disrupt and product, that's what he's doing, and that's what he's getting better at every single day.
Right.
All right. Well, hey, listen, Doug, thanks so much. Next time, I'll try not to get COVID for the Glazier Clinic. It took away my glory. I was ready to return. Probably had 5 people signed up for my own session, but I would have given those 5 people the best session in the Glazier Clinic history. I guarantee it.
I got you. Well, hey man, it's been a great pleasure. I appreciate it. Tell your brother Ron I said hello, and hey, see you in Morgantown.
Yeah, man. I'm going to have you come back into season 2 as well if you're willing, so that
Okay.
we can see how Sean's doing, talk about it, and the team as well. Okay.
Okay. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you, man. What a great job. Really enjoyed talking to him. Hey, that's David Duck Riley, 74 to 77, Mountaineers, USFL, 2-time champion. Works with the NFL, 4 different teams, including the Cardinals. See my Cardinals hat right there? That's for you, Brother Pony. And, of course, let's go ahead now and let's get to Abby, because it's time for Abby to come out and do a commercial here. It's 30 seconds, but Abby Pearson, she's WVU Gymnastics for Parmar Stores. And go ahead, Abby.
Hi, I'm Abby Pearson from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and when I'm back home, you will find me at my local Parmar store.
We have that gold and blue pride at your local Parmar store. We are coming to your neighborhood soon. West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Maryland, we have you covered. Download the Parmar app and sign up for the Parmar Rewards Card. Food, gas, groceries, and more, we are gold and blue proud, and we are Parmar Stores.
If there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
All right. And starting out with that, I have something here that really just plays into what I want to talk about here with the Garrett Green and Nico Marchio, and that is, this came out, I believe it was today or yesterday, and all this hoo-ba-ba-loo-la came out, and Heartland College Sports, and they rank the Big 12 quarterbacks heading into 2023. Well, you start up there, you can see Oklahoma, and really, I'm a little surprised by that. I'm surprised Texas, number 3, Quinn Ewers, is down there, but number 14, West Virginia, boy, we like that number 14, don't we? Well, I'm looking at this, and of course, you know, people come out and say, oh my gosh, the outrage, we're 14th again. Well, I'm thinking, okay, where's this coming from? Oh, it's the voice of Morgantown, and it's the click. Oh, the outrage of it all. They're just, the 2 quarterbacks are the worst in the Big 12. I'm thinking, where does he get this from? Well, I go ahead, I look over, and I see it's Heartland College Sports, and I go and I see this guy, and I'm just not even going to say his name, Clinton. Okay, Clinton, like president. I'm not going to say his name, but look at this guy. He's a nice guy. Look at him. Now, this is the guy that everybody's saying they ranked us last. I mean, this guy, I tell you, I think I'm looking at him right here. When I was playing football or coaching, he was still in his diapers. I mean, don't get outraged. Understand who's saying what. And this guy, he's never played ball. Has he been in school? Has he been coached? Has he Duck Riley that just went in the NFL and learned how to scout players that are about for the NFL, and that he could go ahead and say, well, this is 1 through 14, and Garrett Green here and Nico Marchio here. Don't get caught up into it. And like I said, I'm not busting on this guy. It's his thing, and he's saying it, but don't fall for the clickbait. Oh my gosh, the outrage of it all. No, don't do it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Understand where these sources are coming from, and it's okay. I mean, it's his opinion. And again, I looked him up. He seems like a really nice guy there. He's managing editor of Heartland College Sports, but you know, I'm not going to count on him to tell me what I think of Nico Marchio or Garrett Green. Okay, just not going to do it. Okay, so I moved on to that. I made my point, I hope. Let's go ahead and kick it on up to Nico Marchio and see what's going on with this. Well, I tell you, I really enjoyed this. And let's just say with Nico, he's so young and he has so much talent. I mean, you realize that this guy came up, he's one of the highest rated quarterbacks in the Southwest, in the nation. He had offers galore. I mean, he still has teams that want to give him a lot of money, moolah, to go and transfer portal there. All right, so understand this guy, Nico Marchio, and what he's doing here for WVU. I mean, I'm talking big money. He's still here as a Mountaineer, and I appreciate that. And I want to make sure I make that clear, because he could be gone. He could be gone and put West Virginia in a worse stage. And he's not going anywhere. I heard rumors just last week of Nico is going here and there. Right now, he'd be foolish to go anywhere else. He'd have to sit the year, and you don't know what the year can bring. He's in a competition with Garrett Green. I look at it as an equal competition. I really believe. I even heard some players from the team, their current players. I overheard them talking because that's what I do. I sit there and I listen to other people's conversations. No, I'm just kidding. But I did overhear them because they were pretty loud, and they were talking about how the competition is a battle right now going on, and they respect both and care about both of their teammates. So again, I'm not saying the bomb is a joke. I'm not saying he canceled on my show. He was supposed to come on yesterday or tomorrow. He asked to come on my show, and I set up for him 3 weeks in advance, and then he cancels, and he says he's too busy for the WolfMan's call. You like that? Nah. Anyways, I don't know what the deal is. He's too busy for me. He's you know what he's doing? He's clickbaiting Mountaineer Nation so that they think that we have the worst quarterbacks in the Big 12. That's why he's too busy to come on the WolfMan's call. Is he's clickbaiting and saying, "Oh, it's outrageous, outrageous." Or 14th. It's one dude with a mustache, man. That's all it is. One dude with a mustache. Here we go. Let's get it going. All right. So this is the end of the first half. We picked it up at Oklahoma State. I told you yesterday about Garrett Green, and I really believe that Garrett has a lot of talents. His best on the move. Not as good as in the pocket. He needs to really develop that pocket sense about him and that pocket presence and be able to go from first to second. Now, he's really good as an athlete at running that ball when his quarterback draws. He ran 5 of them. He ran one for a 35-yard touchdown, ran and escaped. He escaped using his legs, even though it was a holding call. If you recall, he did go ahead and run for like 40, 50 yards. I mean, the young man is dangerous with the rock in his hand. There's no doubt about it that he can go ahead and do some fancy things and break it. But the only problem is when you're a quarterback with your one-trick pony, when you got one read and throw or run. See there. So make sure you take away that read as a defense quarterback. So that's why he's going to develop as a pocket quarterback and be able to go through his progressions. And that's a fair thing on him. I think Garrett would agree with you in that, because if he doesn't, then he's not in reality anyways. His accuracy last year is 55%. You need to be in the 60s. 5 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Okay, the numbers are, again, he's young. So this is what he needs to improve. And I'm critiquing, okay? I was critiqued for years and years and years, and I was ripped for years and years. And trust me, I'm being very nice. Well, I was not ripped very nicely, okay? So when I say this, I mean it's in the best interest of my young brothers, the young bloods right there, okay? So here we go. This is Garrett Green here. He was very effective for the one touchdown drive. It's 35-yard. It was actually just a one-play drive, and he goes ahead. So let's go here. Now watch this. This is interesting here because you got trips into the boundary outside the numbers. We all know that Oklahoma State, as I've been going over the last 2 days, they've been doing what? They've been going ahead and playing a lot of man-free coverage, man and man-free, and because they like their athletes to just go an athlete up. Now, you see this trio at the bottom. Watch them move in here, and watch the referees. These guys are all in the field of play right now. They're all in the field of play, and unless I'm mistaken, this guy's running off, and his refs come in to go ahead and say, wait a second. You can't slow them down because that linebacker ran up. Those guys were there lined up in a trio. That was strange. I just picked that up watching the game film. See, that's what happens when you break down game film. You get to see some crazy stuff. Why these reps did that? If you know an answer other than what I know, then please tell me. So watch it here. You see that the tight end, you got 12 personnel. You got the 2 receivers, 1 running back, and 2 tight ends, both to the right side of the tackle. The right tackle. And here you go, lining up. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so he's going to hand off. It's a read zone. And what you see in here is a nice run. Anderson has got the running back. Not bad. I like the offensive line. They're blocking. They're moving. Maybe Jaquay gives up too much ground right there. The right tackle, Jaquay Hubbard. but he's moving to guard this year, and he's battling out with Brandon Yates. So the best of those two will get going. I'll tell you, I like them both. I think they're both fine young men and will help and get better this year. Again, we see it, and you're going to see this. Oh, look at this. Now, I told you right here about the quarterback draw, and this is like the 5th time he's run this. And Major Harris did this, Pat White did this. All the good quarterback runners, they do this. And this is good stuff. But you can't be a one-trick pony. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And it's not his fault here that he's going to go ahead and get whacked. This was a head-to-head. They did not call it. They said he did not get suspended. But, again, you can see, I think he's just playing football. Defender. I don't think he's trying to hurt him. I don't think he's trying to hit his crown. I think it was incidental. But they didn't call it. But, unfortunately, Garrett Green gets hurt. True freshman, Nico Marchio, comes in. Now, he's already had one series in the first half, and this is right here at the end. So let's go ahead and keep it going. You see, Nico, I put that in there just so you can see. Here we go, looking at this, because he's going to come out, and they're going to do something safe here. And why? Why do you want to do something safe? Because it's a young buck. Just like I told you with GG, the first play of the game, and they did. Really, it was just a slip screen out to the tight end, right out to the flats. It was like just going out. It was just easy, just something easy. Get him moving, get him rolling, get him feeling it right here. Again, you're going to see the swing pass right there. The running back goes ahead, and he gets good yardage. All right, so now you're talking about something here that you're cooking here. So Nico comes in. It's really easy. Get it out to the running back. All right, he's feeling it now, all right, a little bit. He's just getting warmed up. That's a good job. That's a good job of coaching right there by the offensive play call. Now you're looking at what here? You're looking at 4th and 1. Short yardage. Good, right? Here's the push. Remember Garrett Green? And it wasn't Garrett Green's fault, but the play call was they went east and west on a 4th and 1. And here, what do? They go north and south. And all this is just a zone right here. Oh, my, right there. Slip zone right there. Very good. First down. Again, it's 4th and 1. Good job. Good push, offensive line. You're not going to see that down the road from the offensive line, and I'm going to tell you why. So we go ahead and get in there, and if you take a look at this again, you can see there's a push. There's a push. You see how Oklahoma State, what do? They go ahead, and all they do is want to penetrate. They want to penetrate. Remember I told you about the tackles for losses and the tackles. Either they get you behind the line of scrimmage or the other team gets them. Well, this is that Oklahoma State team here, and you're going to see that come into play, especially in the second half. But look here, you got head-on-head. Anderson, I like him. He's tough. He gets that first down. That's what you want. You need a first down, man. You need a first down. And now you got 1st and 10, just what you want, and Nico in charge. Okay, looking at the box. Boxes, you got 3, 5, you got 6 guys in the box. What's Nico going to do? They're going to shift the tight end. Again, oh, look, Moore's coming in right here. The box looks full. Is he going to hand it off? He's going to throw it. RPO. Whoa. You see this right here? This is a rookie quarterback. RPO. I love it when they actually do what you tell them to do on the football field. Are you seeing that? Are you seeing it right there? We're going to see a little bit more of it. Again, why? Because it's 1st and 10, RPO. Look at here, the bottom receiver, Sam James. Look at the defender. Is that what? 8 yards given off there? Look at the box. Count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 in the box right there. Coming as 1st and 10. RPO. Run, pass, option, baby. Watch it right here. I love it. I love. And the safety's filling in right there. It's band free. Band free. Bailed out. There you go. RPO. Pull that ball out and hit it with accuracy. It's got to be accurate. That's a cold, rainy day, and it's got to be accurate, and that was accurate right there. Good job, rookie. Good job right there. Again, watch this. Watch the numbers. Woo. Right. Oh, I love. And you see the fire? It was just fire. Good foot. Did you see his footwork right there? It was in good shape. That's good footwork. Any quarterback coach is going to enjoy that. And that's why I like this young guy, because he's a young buck, and he's just starting to feel his oats. Again, we're going to do this. Oh, he's going to hand the ball off here. What's going to happen? Yeah, that is nice. He comes in. The Great play, great run. Terrible defense. Watch this. Nico, look at the read. You see the defensive end there on the end. Nico's looking right at him. So what's he doing? This is what I'm talking about, just breaking down. So I said the same thing about Garrett, so don't get all crosswired because I said the same good things about Garrett. He makes good reads. Nico's looking at the defensive end, so he gives it to Anderson, and Anderson goes ahead and gets the touchdown there. But that, again, what are you looking for in a quarterback? You're looking for, is your head in the game? Are you doing what you're told? That RPO proved to me his head was in the game. He understood. He saw the distance. He read the box, and he executed the play with accuracy. First down. And now what does that first down do? Oh, yeah. Give me a touchdown, baby. All the way. What is that? 54 yards touchdown. Oh, look at the blocking. Great job here by the offensive line. Let's just go kudos. Oh, and here's the other thing I wanted to point out. Remember I was telling you about the first half? They were going ahead, and the Mountaineers were outnumbering on the end zone, but they weren't going ahead and throwing to them for the screens, for any of the slip screens, any of that. Well, here you see, that's a good read by Nico because he's not. There's only 2 Mountaineers, and he got 3 Cowboys out there and influencing there. So, again, that's another part of the read because when you do that, it's built in. You got the screen over here to one side, you got the zone on the other. So not only when he decided to execute the zone, he read that the group there, he knows that he's outnumbered, so he's not going to go that way to the screen. But he reads the defensive end. He hands the ball off to Jalen Anderson. Now you have a touchdown. 3, 1, 2, 3 makes 7. And that's points I'm talking about. Again, nice job right through there. We'll go to the next series because that was a touchdown. As we keep moving and moving and moving. There you go. Okay, so we got 1st and 10 here now. We're at, or I should say the Mountaineers. I say we, listen to me, at the minus 28. You know why they call it minus 28? Because it's on your side of the ball. That's how coaches do it. It'll be plus 28 if we're on the Cowboys side of the ball. But this is minus 28 because you're on the Mountaineers side and you're the offense. I don't know if you knew that. There you go. Motion again. You can see the shift happening over. And, of course, they do a lot. I really love the shifting. Love it. Hey, Neil Brown, good job. Kudos. Because I know a team like Oklahoma State that does so much man coverage. And you have 2 young quarterbacks. Just fantastic with all the motions going on. And then you see that again. Oh, there you go. They got orbit return. And he's going to go ahead and hand the ball off here. I thought this is a good handoff. Again, he read the defense. Oh, now watch this. Okay, this is what I love Zach Frazier, okay, because he's a nasty son of a gun. And I say son of a gun. Watch the pile here. That's Zach Frazier pushing it once again. How many times have you seen that in his career? You're going to see Zach come off. He's going to make the block. He gets around. Anderson's going to get caught right there. And here comes Zach. There he is. Oh, I'm going to show you another play later on, which I love, man. And again, I just can't get enough of when I see offensive linemen. How about this? How about getting all of them there like Zach Frazier, just hitting and moving Jalen Anderson forward like that? Now that would be cooking with some seriously good chicken wing grease. You know, got good grease and chicken wings? Well, that's what happens when you have 5 offensive linemen attacking right there. That's beautiful. Wanted to point that out. There you go. That's another 5 yards, 6 yards pass, the first down. Good job. Again, now let's go ahead and take a look here. We're coming back the other way. And he's going to get the ball. Oh, look at, now, wait a minute. Did that Oklahoma State guy just run by Jalen Anderson? Now, listen, I think Jalen Anderson's pretty good. All right? But did you see that? The defender just ran by him. I mean, I've told you at the beginning that the defense here is so undisciplined. The angling of tackling is really poor. This is a really poor display by Oklahoma State on defense. That was, but a touchdown's a touchdown. Give him credit. Jalen Anderson, yeah, there you go, man. That's all you right here. But watch the tackling. Come on, man. Look, the safety. That's the same safety that missed Garrett Green on the 35-yard quarterback draw. And someone teach this young man, he's Division I, teach him how to take an angle from the free safety spot. Okay, you got to angle. That's not fundamentals. Angle, man. Work those ankles, baby. Good job, Jalen Anderson. Way to make him pay. Way to make him pay. And we got one more time. And I love the blocking. I love, actually, I just saw that Thomas Greenback, he went ahead and made a great block there, combo off for the defensive lineman down to the next one. That's a good job. Okay, here we go. As a safe play, boy, I really must have liked this because I keep doing it over and over again. Or maybe I just wanted to see the safety and his angle for tackling. And maybe that's, I don't know. I'm not going to call out who the player was. I'm not going to go there. But that young man had a bad day for angle-wise for tackles. It's a bad day. 1st and 10, next series. All right, here we go, Nico. Touchdown. Good times. Good times in West Virginia. Here comes Tony, right? Tony making the play here, getting tackled right off the bat. Not so sure right here. I think Nico, he's got two behind him. He's got to make that handoff to Tony. He doesn't have a choice. If you see number 29 is there as well, even if the linebacker was going for Tony, you give that ball off. You don't take that as a quarterback. You don't do it. All right, so not a great play. 2nd and 9 now. 2nd and 9. And let's go ahead and see this. Go in motion. Again, look at all the shifting. Oklahoma State, they must have gotten tired too, just like our guys for all motioning. Those guys have to follow them and keep up and adjusting. Why do you want to motion and adjust? Make that defense slower. Remember all these things. Make the defense slower. There you go. Oh, what's he doing? He's pulling the ball. Guess what this is? This is what I'm talking about. Look at it. It's 2-on-2. But watch the left tackle, Wyatt Milam. The dude's going to be an All-American this year, just so you know. Watch. Look at this. He comes out. It's perfect, right? That's it. This is going to be a home run. Look at Frazier out there on the hashes, right? What's he doing? He's going to escort the receiver, Brave, all the way to the touchdown. Oh, we got to look it in. Look at the alleyway. Look at this. It was set up a touchdown. That's not a Nico. That's just a drop. That's what that is. That's Bram saying, oh, I got a touchdown here. And he looked away and he dropped the ball. That's all it is. That's all it is. But again, there's something you would see here. No way is he getting caught by that safety there. I don't believe it. If he does, it's still a 20, 30-yard gain, if not a touchdown. Look at, you got Reese over there blocking. You got Wyatt Milam blocking. It was set up, man. Oh, he was gone. Like last Saturday. He was gone. Oh, look at Zach Frazier right there just saying, come on, man. Bring it on. Right? Oh, unbelievable. It's tough when you see that. So now we're 3rd and 9. And this is what I really loved about. Again, I'm talking about Nico because this is a young buck here. This is his first. He's a true freshman here. And he went in there. And remember, the score was 10-7 when he came in. Mountaineers were down by 3 points. Okay, so what does that do? That means that he won the game because they were down and they scored more points. Watch it here. 3rd and 9. 3rd and 9 because you just missed a touchdown on the last play. It was 2nd and 9. Now it's 3rd and 9. So that's difficult, right? Watch up here at the top. Watch BFW, Bryce Ford Weirton. And watch Nico. Wow. Are you counting that? It's 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Throw. Look at his feet are up. This is a cold and rainy day. This is not a slant, folks. This is what you call an in. You can say at the beginning of a dig, whatever it is at the top of his route. Okay, you can call it maybe a little bit of a curl. Oh, he's not curling here. So, again, I'm just going to call it an in, whatever they call it themselves. But you see this? Look at the accuracy. 3rd and 9 in the pocket. And this is why we make such a big deal about this, because he's a youngin'. Again, count it out. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Remember I told you before the last 2 days, you can't go to 4,000 and stay in the pocket and want to go ahead and get there. You got to go and throw it. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, throw it. And here you go, Nico. He plants it. Look at him plant his feet. His feet is up. His arm is back. His elbow is up. It's got nice release. It's solid mechanics. And watch the delivery. Cold and rainy. Right to BFW, 3rd and 9. And how many did they rush right there? How many did they bring? I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At least 6, maybe 7. I can't tell. Right? Yeah, 6 rushers. All right, so that means they got man free in the backfield. Again, he's right there. 1, 2, 3. Again, you count it out, man. And guess what? He stands in the pocket and he delivers and he can see and he stands and delivers. That's what his ability is right there. That's a quarterback. That's text quarterback right there. That's why I'm so fired up about a young buck. Okay, we haven't seen a young buck like that come out and be able to play in a long time. Again, this was his true freshman season. All right, I just can't say enough. That's textbook quarterback. Again, he stands in, he delivers. Delivers. Mountaineer style. Right there, 3rd and 9. Plus 12. Whatever it is. 3rd and 9, right there, accuracy. Puts it right where only BFW can get it, and he nails it. Good job. I guess I really must have liked this. Got all fired up. All right. And, of course, BFW, best wishes to him as he pursues his NFL career. I think he's going to make it and be special. All right, I really do. I think he's got special things about him. We'll see you here. Okay, start off again, 1st and 10. You see Tony does a nice play right there, and he comes off, and we're going to watch it again. Let's take a look at the offensive line. Nice job. Jaquay Hubbard. All right, Jaquay, that's the way you drive. Do you see it? Watch Jaquay, the right tackle. Watch his feet. Watch his feet come off, man. Oh, no, that's the last play. All right, now let's turn back to a passing play here, and let's see what's going on. This is a true passing play. This is not an RPO. It's not a run-pass option, and let's see what he does. He goes, oh, it's a quarterback draw, just like Garrett Green. It seems like Nico, he can run the ball too, so that's good. Because now, guess what? No matter who's going to play in the games, the defense has got to still. They're not going to sit there and say, hey, one can run the ball, one can't. No, because they both can run the ball. That's very effective to have both your quarterbacks be effective runners. This is a good sign right here. Nico gets in there, he puts his shoulder down. I like that too. It goes ahead. You know what? He's 225 right now. He's 225 pounds. Woo! There's a quarterback. That is like a Max Duggan right there, getting up to that kind of height. That's the type of Max Duggan I'm talking about. Right here, a guy that's going to go ahead and put the team on his back and go ahead and make drives count. Make drives count and win you at the end of the game. That's cool. Like it, man. We've seen it from both their quarterbacks. Oklahoma, Garrett Green did it. And then, of course, you got to have Nico here. I mean, let's be happy. Well, how about that? 14th rated quarterback. I don't know. What did you think of Oklahoma State? Do you think they think Garrett Green or Nico, the 14th rated quarterback after they lost? I don't know. I don't know if they think that. Not sure. Not sure what they think, what my man with the mustache was thinking about, maybe with other quarterbacks out there. But, I mean, Nico's got a pretty good pedigree. I don't know. I'm just saying, just keep it all into perspective. Keep it all relative, man. All down there. There you go. All right, Tony Mathis, get that. Oh, now, did he not get the first down? I'm seeing the yellow line. I don't know. They marked him short. And this is not good right here. This is not good. Not this play. This was a tough play. I'm not so mad about the offensive line here. Again, it's a split zone, meaning that the tight end's coming across. Everybody's going one way. The tight end's coming across. So they're zoning left, and tight end's coming right. And that's what you're looking at here. It's called a split zone, and they're trying to get a crease in there, the running back. And there's not much happening. It's not a bad run by Tony. Boy, I don't know. I guess that's not a first down. I think that's very unique. There, 4th down right there. I don't like this. I don't like this at so many levels. I don't like the play call. You had 4th and inches. Did you see that right there? Let's go. Let's take a look. 4th and inches. Take a look here at the ball. Right there. The yellow line is right there. And you're running a split zone again. Get down, offensive line. Get down. Where's the push? I see a push coming from orange. I don't see a push coming from white. This is 4th and inches. How about that quarterback right back there? Quarterback right back there. It's 5 yards deep. How about Nico's? He was 210 right here. How about putting him up there? Quarterback snake with a handoff, right? It drives me crazy. I can't stand it right here. There you go right there. Short. We'll keep watching it. Come on, offensive line. Get it going, offensive line. Hey, you're saying we got the best offensive line in the country, right? We got 3 dudes. That's going to be first team all Big 12. Let's go, offensive line. Let's go. Get down and dirty. How about this? The tight end coming across. and he's ducking down. How are you going to get leverage to push? You can't push that way. Well, it's because the offensive line's being pushed back. He can't go ahead and get a good angle on the defensive end on the split zone. It all collapses. Watch it from the reverse. This is what happens here. Come on, offensive line. Let's go. This can't happen. And you have great players on that offensive line. But look at this right here. Again, Oklahoma State's about what? It's about penetration, disrupting and penetrate. And just like Duck Riley just said, disrupt and product, right? Again, that's what Oklahoma State just did. That's not what West Virginia just did. Well, they let it disrupt, all right? They let it disrupt themselves. Again, I don't like it. I don't like the play call. I don't like shotgun when you got 2 inches to go. I don't like it. Let the Eagles teach you a lesson. Right there. Come on off. Get up. Don't miss it. Wyatt Milam there. That angle, poor angle coming off. Let's go, offensive line. Let's go, baby. We need that. We need more production this year from that, and I expect more. And I think we will get it. So the good news is I think we're going to get it. The bad news is it did happen there, but we still won the game. So you're probably like, Wolf, chill. No, I'm not chilling out. I'm telling you, this is how you get better. This is how you do it. And I hope we have more film left here than I have. I hope so. Or is that it? Well, that's it for today. Oh, yeah. That's it for today. All right. I went through all my film because we're going to pick that up tomorrow. I wanted to end it there. That's right. I remember now. I wanted to end it on that note and go ahead. All right. So what do we have here? What time is it? Oh, it's 5:11 already. Okay. Well, I'm going to get rolling here. Do we got anybody that wants to jump on? Anybody that wants to jump on? Anybody got a question? Right here. Anyone wants to jump on? I said I'd do it, so we're going to go ahead, and if you want to jump on and join the conversation, you can do it. I'll copy it, and I'll put it here, and it's out. If you want to jump on, jump on. If you want to ask me a question, go ahead, ask me a question. And, of course, we're right here. All right, so what do we got here? We got Deuce McBride coming 5:30 to 7 o'clock Saturday, July 29th. Kegler's Clubhouse, that's the parking lot level right there. Jerry the Wrens, Dougie Moore. Say hello to Dougie for me and for all that. And let's go ahead and Deuce McBride, Dale Sparks collection. Dale Sparks is going to come on the show tomorrow, and we're going to have some neat things. I think we're going to have some representatives from the ACC come on, because now we're going to get going with the voice of college football. Remember, the voice of college football was rated number one on YouTube for college football coverage. Okay, college football coverage, number one. And we have a whole plethora, I know Duck used that word today, plethora of guys that are really in tune to their conferences. Big 12, Pac-12, all of that, the Big 10, and ACC, and all the other ones that, you know, we're going to be talking about Marshall. We're going to be talking about Division II, all the MEC schools right here, Division II, keep you up to date on high school. So I'm going to keep you all up to date. The show's Monday through Thursday. We're going to keep you in tune about West Virginia, keep you in tune about what's going on in the major issues, because we have the Voice of College Football Network at our disposal here, and that's what I love about it. So, okay, I don't think anyone else is going to be getting on, and so with that being said, I think it's time we go ahead and we put the closer up there and find out what Parmar, and we got a TD there, Traylon Davis, right? I think we got him up there, and let's check it out. Anyone else? Last chance, my friends. If you want to come on, it's just click it. Don't be afraid. I hope you enjoyed it. We're going to do Nico tomorrow as well. So we got to finish the game with Nico, because that was the end of the third quarter right there. And we'll make sure we do that. And, okay, TD, here we go. Have a great day. The WolfMan's Call, the WolfMan's Call Network. See you tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Traylon Davis. I'm from Jackson, Ohio, and when I'm back home, you will find me at my local Parmar store.
We had that gold and blue pride at your local Parmar store. We are coming to your neighborhood soon. West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Maryland, we have you covered. Download the Parmar app and sign up for the Parmar Rewards Card. Food, gas, groceries, and more, we are gold and blue proud, and we are Parmar stores.
If there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
Stationers, #1 office supplier in West Virginia. Always in stock. How many? The anywhere, anytime chargers, powering a connected world. Never buy AA batteries again. Rechargeable 500 times plus. Paul Mini AA USB lithium battery, as easy to charge as your cell phone. Sustainable energy. Stay charged. Go green, save green. Feel the power of Paul. Order now at paulmini.com.